Imagine a fire so massive it burns without stopping for 90 days. Millions of pages just turning to ash. The sky literally choked with the thick black smoke of human history being erased forever. We aren't talking about a forest fire here. We're talking about the destruction of the absolute greatest collection of knowledge the ancient world had ever seen. We're jumping right into this explainer today to uncover the story of what might just be the greatest crime against human intelligence.
Okay, let's dive into this. 9 million. Just let that sink in for a second. We aren't talking about dollars, and we're definitely not talking about people. This is the estimated number of ancient manuscripts, books, and texts that were lost in one single devastating event. To truly grasp the magnitude of this tragedy, just picture a library of human history turning to ash, burning continuously for 3 whole months. You've got decades, centuries, even millennia of scientific breakthroughs, philosophy, and astronomical maps just vanishing into the atmosphere. But, to understand how we lost it all, we first have to understand what it actually was. Section 1. A mountain of knowledge, the world's first global university. All right, we're stepping back roughly 1,500 years in time, deep into the Gupta Empire in ancient India. Way before the doors of Oxford or Harvard ever even opened, this massive city of learning stood tall. The name of the place? Nalanda. It comes from 3 Sanskrit words, Na, Alam, and Da. Put them all together, and it translates so beautifully to the unstoppable flow of knowledge. And this wasn't just some catchy marketing name either. It was the grand mission statement for the whole shebang. And when they said unstoppable flow, they really meant it. I mean, the scale of this ancient campus is wild. We're talking about a 14-hectare compound built entirely out of these striking, glowing red bricks. At its peak, it housed over 10,000 students and 2,000 renowned teachers. And the crown jewel of it all? A massive 9-story library called Dharma Gunj, the Mountain of Truth. It was literally a library so vast that a person could spend their entire life inside and never read everything. Section 2. The ultimate entrance exam. Surviving the gatekeepers. You think getting into college today is stressful? Getting into this paradise of logic makes modern entrance exams look like a total walk in the park. Getting into Nalanda was an absolute gauntlet. First off, no written applications. You were subjected to an intense oral interrogation right at the front door. And the security guards, they were scholars themselves, highly educated gatekeepers who would grill you on philosophy and logic before you even took a single step on campus. If you somehow passed the guards, you then had to defend your intellect in a rigorous interview with the master professors. And the testing didn't stop there. Advancing to higher classes meant constant, rigorous exams. The result of that gauntlet? Only about 20% of applicants ever actually made it through those gates. That is an 80% rejection rate. And we know this for sure because the famous 7th century Chinese traveler and scholar Xuanzang documented his own incredibly intimidating experience facing these gatekeepers. I mean, the guy considered himself a master scholar, but even he was tested to his absolute limits just trying to get inside. Section 3. A global hub of minds, from astronomy to philosophy. Once inside, though, students from all over the globe experienced this phenomenal curriculum. They weren't just coming from India. People traveled across totally brutal terrain from China, Japan, Turkey, Tibet, and Persia just to study there. In mathematics, you had the legendary Aryabhata, the father of Indian mathematics, leading the department. This is the very place where the concept of the number 0 was recognized and utilized. Without 0, we wouldn't even have modern computing. In medicine, scholars like Rahul Srivadra taught highly advanced Ayurveda. And in philosophy, brilliant minds like Nagarjuna were out there pioneering complex Buddhist logic and debate. You could study the stars, the human body, or the pure magic of mathematics, all in one single place. And get this, there was one teacher for every 6 students. Seriously, think about that ratio. Plus, there was absolutely 0 blind memorization allowed at Nalanda. Instead, the whole campus culture was built on intense debate and critical thinking. Teachers focused deeply on individual mentorship, really helping to turn a student's weak points into true strengths. This institution just kept growing across centuries. Founded in the 5th century by Kumaragupta, the first of the Gupta Empire, it saw massive expansion in the 7th century under King Harshavardhana, and it continued to thrive under the Pala Empire, hitting its absolute global peak by the 12th century. For over 700 years, it was without a doubt the intellectual capital of the world.
Section 4. The Deadly Jealousy, a warlord's pride.
But as we know, history is rarely just a straight line of progress. In 1193 AD, a dark shadow fell over the region, a ruthless warlord named Bakhtiar Khilji. Now, as he was aggressively expanding his territory, this great conqueror fell terribly ill. His private physicians literally tried everything, but he was dying. Out of pure desperation, he was told that the head of medicine at Nalanda, Rahul Sribhadra, could save him. But Khilji's pride was just immense. He flat out refused to take medicine from a non-Muslim outsider. So, I pose this question to you, drawn straight from our historical sources. How do you cure a dying warlord who outright refuses to swallow your medicine? Well, Khilji issues this chilling ultimatum. Cure me without making me swallow a single drop of your medicine, or you will be killed. Sri Bahadra, who was a master of Ayurvedic medicine and clearly a brilliant problem solver, accepted the challenge. He handed Khilji a Quran and simply told him to read it every day. Now, as Khilji read, he would naturally lick his fingers to turn the pages. Little did he know, Sri Bahadra had secretly painted the life-saving medicine right onto the corners of those very pages. The medicine absorbed directly into his system, and just like that, the warlord was cured. A total genius workaround, right?
Section 5. 3 months of fire. The destruction of Dharmagunj. Now, you'd think a normal guy would be pretty grateful for that. He'd reward the scholar who quite literally saved his life. But Khilji? He was consumed by this dark, toxic jealousy over their advanced knowledge. Driven by pure insecurity, he decided that if he couldn't own this knowledge himself, nobody would. So he marched his army right onto the campus. Historical records, including those by the 13th century historian Minhaj-i-Siraj, lay out the horrifying massacre. Thousands of unarmed Buddhist monks and scholars were slaughtered right where they stood. The courtyards of wisdom were stained with blood in this heavily targeted effort to completely uproot the region's education and culture. And then came the ultimate tragedy. Khilji's men turned their attention to Dharmagunj, the grand library. The torches are lit. This 9-story mountain of truth is set ablaze. The historical accounts tell us that the fire was so intense, the heat so entirely unimaginable, that nearby water sources and lakes literally began to boil. Which brings us right back to that staggering number, 90. For 90 agonizing days, the fire burned. 9 million books, centuries of human progress, astronomy, mathematics, and medicine, just gone in a cloud of smoke. The world's first truly global university vanished under a thick blanket of ash. Section 6. Ashes to Awakening, the Modern Revival. For centuries, the ruins lay buried, completely forgotten by the very world it had helped build. But, as you'll see, true knowledge refuses to stay buried forever. After its total destruction in 1193, Nalanda slept under the dirt until 1812, when a Scottish surveyor named Francis Buchanan Hamilton stumbled upon the site. Excavations began, and piece by piece, the truth of Nalanda was unearthed. Fast forward to 2014, and after an act passed by the Indian Parliament, a brand new, modern Nalanda University officially opened its doors. It was built close to the ancient ruins to carry on that legacy of global learning, and this brilliantly illustrates how history can endure. Today, those excavated red bricks span a massive 5 million square foot area, and experts actually believe that's only about 10% of the original campus. Now a protected UNESCO World Heritage Site, it stands as a silent witness to history. We can never calculate the exact cost of that fire. We'll never know what scientific breakthroughs or ancient cures were permanently lost in the flames. But walking through those ruins really reminds us of the profound heights humanity is capable of building when we come together to share ideas.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this powerful thought from our sources. An empire can burn 1,000,000 books. It can tragically slaughter 1,000 scholars. But it can never truly extinguish the human desire to learn. Education, the physical buildings, the pages, they can all be burned. But knowledge, curiosity, the unstoppable flow of the human mind, that can never be killed. So what lost knowledge from Nalanda do you think could have changed our modern world? Keep exploring and never stop learning.